Hi, Michelle Hillo with Slingshot Designs. Today I have 7 tips I'd like to share from Stephen Covey's has 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. What I'm doing though is I'm going to apply these 7 tips directly to, or these 7 habits directly to job searching in particular, and discuss how they apply when you're trying to, in this point in life right now, if you're out there looking for a job, you've got a lot on your plate. Um, and this should help get you kind of to the front of the pack, which is where you really need to be if you're hoping to be successful with especially an online job hunt right now. So the first one is to be proactive. And for me, that looks like the serenity prayer, right? Being proactive means that I start with what I can control. And in order to know what I can control, I have to know the difference. So I start there, and then from there I start to really dive into what my doing an inventory of my skills, my achievements for each one of those areas that I hope to impact. Who do I know? That's really important right now as well. And doing an inventory there as far as building a team. How do I build a team of people that are seeking to kind of be a part of the solution to the problems in the world right now? And by building that team, that I know what my network looks like, and I can use them as a resource when I need to, and I can also offer my services to them as well. So the second one is to begin with the end in mind. A lot of time I put this one first, which I guess is being proactive. But beginning with the end in mind means that I wake up every single day and visualize my success. I visualize what it looks like for me to be successful, both in the short term and in the long term, of meeting my goals and really truly being able to help others get to where there is that they're trying to go. And this is a culmination of daily habits and self-awareness. And the more that you practice it, the quicker you'll get there. It is not something, it's not difficult to learn how to do. It just takes a commitment to the repetition and a dedicated approach to adopting the benefits of self-awareness daily. The third one is to put the first things first, meaning having a dedicated and a systematic approach to decision making. Stephen Covey uses the 4 quadrants. I adopted that many years ago and I absolutely swear by it myself. Using quadrant thinking helps us focus on what's urgent and helps us focus on what we need to do by systematically kind of quadranting its urgence and importance. Again, this is something that you can learn how to do. If you don't already understand that, if you haven't seen it done before, you can certainly Google anything on Stephen Covey quadrant thinking, and you'll see how it works. The fourth one is to think win-win. This means, what value do I contribute? Actionable value that I can back with tangible, quantifiable benefits and showcase my achievements, right? That's the first part of the win. The second part of the win is, how does that apply? And what do you, as a shareholder, a stakeholder, a customer, a client, an employer, how does that matter to you? It's not enough to say, this is everything I can do. Here's my skill set. Look at my experience. Hiring managers hear that all day. What's really going to make you stick out is to be able to showcase how that's going to apply to them. They're not in a point right now when there are 600, 700, 800 applicants for one position to be able to say they should be able to figure that out. Look at my background. You have about 7 seconds max when somebody is looking through a resume to grab and hook their attention. So that really starts with thinking about the win-win value. And don't forget the second win. It's not just about what you can do, but it's what it's going to look like for them and how you're going to deliver value at their level. Don't expect them to translate it. The fifth one is to seek first to understand and then be understood. This really goes in tandem with number 4. So what I was just talking about. Don't just look at the job description, right? The job description is enough, and yes, they're incredibly detailed. And there's a lot of translating that has to go on in your head, but that is your job right now. In trying to find another position, your main job is to be able to put yourself in the shoes of the hiring manager and tailor yourself, your resume, your presentation, your portfolio, tailor your case to being the clear, obvious choice for their needs. But in order to do that, you have to understand what they're all about. And that goes beyond the job description. That includes and involves really researching the company. Who is their market? What kinds of challenges have they faced in the past? And doing your research and seeing how you can help solve their problems as well, and that you understand what kind of culture the company offers, what they've designed for a culture, what their vision is, and how you fit into that. And then your goal then at the second part of that is seek first to understand and then to be understood. Once you understand their perspective, their challenges and needs, now you can position yourself to talk about how you're going to fulfill that, how you're going to help them meet and exceed their goals. The sixth one is synergize. Synergize means 1 + 1 = 3, right? It means that the whole is larger than the sum of its parts. And last summer, I started a personal brand called Synergisticology. It was the study of synergy. And that's all I did was go, like, life is so big. We have so much going on, right? Doing an inventory of what your roles and responsibilities are is important on this one, because the more that you can take and break apart those roles and responsibilities in your life, and then be able to pull from where they come together, like wherever they come together, do it once instead of 4 times, right? So what this looks like here is I'm a parent, right? So my kids are home, and when they're here and I'm working, I need to make sure that I can work, and my professional life doesn't suffer for it. It took a lot of time to build this. And what it looks like is a lot of block scheduling, an awful lot of preparation, and a lot of patience. But one thing that I really pulled together that I loved was I looked at what they did in their school, and I found that they're a member of a group called the Positivity Project, where they talk about a lot of the same things that I talk about in business coaching and professional coaching. And so I used that template because they already knew it. They've already learned it. And by using things that they've already learned in school, I'm getting more involved with them. We're speaking the same language. And not only that, it structures my week. And so that my week is aligned with their week, and we all learn significantly faster because we're doing it together. And on top of that, it pulls our family together, which really is what it's all about, right? If you can ever blend your personal and professional lives together in a way that just continues to feed off of each other, well, now you have a win-win strategy, don't you? The last one is to sharpen the saw. And sharpening the saw is a culmination of everything above, right? All the other things that we've talked about. And it involves training and reskilling. And you can do a lot of this yourself right now. And honestly, you can do a lot of it yourself for free. You can look, and right now there's so many programs available online at steep discounts, and if not for free, that there's not a lot of kind of out of excuses as to why you're not progressing, why you're not getting better, right? And then it comes down to motivation. But right now is the time that you need to be focused on reskilling. To be fair, the way that we're coming out of this, or the way that we're going to have to come out of this, is to rebuild as a country, as a globe, right? Largely as a society, we're going to have to come together and find and pioneer and innovate new approaches to how we conduct business going forward, what professional life looks like going forward, certainly in the short term, but really it's looking like it's going to be a very long-term ordeal. So positioning yourself now and sharpening your skills so that you are showing that you are a part of the leadership group that wants to be a part of the solution, can be a part of the solution, and is already working to solve those problems now. That means things like taking a collaborative approach to problem solving, and nourishing your mind, your body, and your soul, not just one. You need fuel in your tank so that you still have the energy to drive through to the end and make the commitments and see what can come out of it. And then striving to push out of your comfort zone. So I don't know of anybody who's solidly, squarely comfortable with the way that things are right now in this world, right? Pushing outside of that comfort zone means keeping elevated above the chaos. It means not getting sucked into the rabbit hole of blame or hypocrisy or drama. It means really staying elevated and crystal clear about what you need to be getting done to take care of yourself and others. So hopefully you enjoy these 7 tips. There's Stephen Covey's 7 habits for highly effective people. And I've been practicing these for decades. They work. They work very, very well. This is how you can apply them right now to finding a job, to finding your next opportunity, to if you're looking for the courage to get through the time in front of you right now and the challenges that you're facing, reach out. I'd be happy to coach you through the process. Michelle Hillo with Slingshot Designs, and until the next time, please remember to take care of yourself and your neighbor.